Okay, yesterday we talked about the question on the rigidity, correct? Okay, so we have the rigidity equal to K. May I know what is the sin? Is it sin X times cos cube X? Cos X, the whole thing cube, is it? Sin X is sin cube X and cos X, okay? So when you differentiate this, you're using a product rule. So you can just leave the K outside. Okay, you use a product rule. Huh? So product rule, we know that your U is sin X, the whole thing cube. Huh? So U prime will be 3 sin X, the whole thing squared times cos X, right? And your V is cos X. So when you differentiate cos X, you got negative sin X, correct? Okay, so you put into your product rule formula, V U prime okay, plus U V prime, right? You have that. So then what you can do is you can factorize out sin squared. Okay, so I factorize out sin X, the whole thing squared. So here I left with 3 cos X, the whole thing squared. And here sin X minus times negative sin X, I got negative sin X squared, right? Okay, so in order for R prime X to become 0, so R prime X equal to 0 means sin X equal to 0, sin square X equal to 0, or 3 cos X squared minus sin X, the whole thing square equal to 0. Yep. Cannot? Okay, so in this case, yeah, so we have sin X equal to 0. So X equal to 0. Okay, and because we know that X is between 0 and pi by 2, correct? So now for this one, how to solve this? Okay, listen here carefully. Whenever you have a trigo equation, you can't solve the trigo equation. It involves more than one trigo ratio, either cos, sin, tangent. So here got 2. So I cannot solve. So I have to think of a way to replace one of them with the others. So that's why identity is very important. So it's up to you. You can replace cos with sin or sin with cos, but you can only replace by using this formula. Okay, so I can say my sin square X is equal to 1 minus cos square X. So now my variable is cos X. I cannot know X until and unless I know what is the value of cos X. Do you get me? So that's why this identity is very, very important. So when I look at this equation as a trigo, I will say, I have to know what is cos x. I have to know what is sin x. So I got two variables here. Do you get me? Do you get me? As long as you got more than one trigo ratio there, that means you got two variables. You can't solve with one equation. You have to think of a way to replace it. That is very important in trigo. Do you get me? So now I go to the next page and I'm going to show it to you how I solve. Do you get me? So I have 3 cos x, the whole thing squared, minus, that's why the sin x I replace with cos x, the whole thing squared, equal to 0. You cannot replace sin with cos, but you can replace sin of an angle square with cos of an angle square because of this identity. So remember, that's why this identity is very important. Okay? Morning. Got it? Okay. So now, okay, those who just came in, please key in your attendance. Okay, so 3 cos square x. So do you get me? So now I have 3 cos x, the whole thing square, minus 1 plus cos x, the whole thing square, equal to 0. Okay, anyone, if you find that cos x will trouble you, or like exactly when we do exponential, correct? See or not, I ask you to let. Okay, I let cos x be equal to, okay, any alphabet other than the alphabet used in the question. Okay, I can use, up to me, I can use P. Did the question use the alphabet P? No. So I will have 3p squared minus 1 plus p squared equal to 0. So I have 4p squared equal to 1. Am I right? So my p squared will be equal to 1 over 4. So my p will be equal to plus or minus half when you take square root. But we know that, okay, so our p is cos x, am I right? So now only I put in cos x is equal to plus or minus half. So if I solve, but my x is within 0 and pi by 2. So definitely it should be in first quadrant. So therefore your cos x is equal to half. First quadrant, it must be positive. You don't take the negative value to find the x. So therefore, my x is equal to cos inverse half. Okay, if you have written down the special angle formula, special angle, the table, you will know that cos of an angle equal to half, the angle will be pi by 3. Am I right? Or if you have the special scientific calculator, you just put cos inverse half, they can give you the exact value as pi by 3. So now, do you get me? So now we draw a sign diagram for r prime x. So we start from 0 to pi by 2. So here is your pi by 3. Are you clear? So the question asks for minimum or maximum? Maximum rigidity, correct? So maximum here will be a plus, here will be a minus. That's all. See? So when you talk about solving trigo, So that's why I say this identity is very important. As long as you have more than one trigo ratio in an equation, that is considered as two variable. You can't solve the unknown, two unknown with one equation. So you have to learn how to replace it. So that is the key of solving trigo equation. Question 3. Okay. Whenever you talk about kinematic in trigo, correct? If you go back to the, I think we have done 1 or 2 questions concerning that. Okay, what is important is when you talk about, you know that t is greater than 0. Am I right? So the highest value of the displacement, you know, in this case is four. Am I right? Everyone, do I need to go through step by step for you? And the lowest value is -10. Am I right? Everyone okay? Should I go through step by step? You start from the concept, cos of any angle, highest is -1, lowest is -1, highest is 1. From there you go. So this is a very important concept. Okay, so now I know that if I draw my displacement time graph, correct? So you may use your graphic calculator to draw, but I know that the highest is 4, the lowest is -10. So that means the object will oscillate between that. So I don't know when it starts. Okay, when t equal to 0. Okay, my S0, if you use your calculator, you will, okay, you can use your calculator, -3 pi by 6 minus 3. Can someone give me the answer? This is half. What am I doing? This is half. Cos -half is 0. So answer is -3. So it starts. And I told you before, the equilibrium point is the middle, correct? 4 plus -10 divided by 2. That is -3. So you start from here. Right? Then how is the graph go? Can everyone take out the graph? Can everyone take up your graphic calculator and sketch the graph? Okay, by the way, here is pi by 2. It's the first part of the question they ask you to sketch the graph. So if they then ask you to sketch the graph, you can sketch the graph by yourself. Okay, look. You look at the graph go like that. Right? So if you want to find the total distance traveled in the first 6 seconds, I told you already. Okay, 6 seconds, correct? First 6, total distance traveled in the first 6 seconds, correct? What you need to do is, you please find what is S6 first. You can use your graphic calculator. What is S6? Can you please look for it and let me know? Yes, what is the answer? 7, 4. Okay, 4, huh? Okay, so it means it go like that. So where is 6? In the graph, where is 6? How many cycles can I know? Hello. You can use a graph to help you. If not, you will go crazy. After how many cycles? Can you please put S equal to 6, then you count from the graph? One cycle. So that means until here. No, 4 will be here. If you say one cycle, here, is it? S6 is -4. -3. Okay, so until here lah. Is it? So here is your 6. Am I right? Okay, look. So if you have a look at here. So look, I'm going to imagine it. This is the origin. So when t equal to 0, it is here. So it moved from here. It moved to 4. Okay. Then after that, it turned. The ST graph is going down, correct? So it turn. It go here, right up to -10. Then after that, it turn back here. So this will be the total distance traveled. You get what I mean? So the best way to draw the motion diagram for kinematic, correct? Motion diagram. This is called motion diagram. Refer to the graph. So you will know the total distance traveled. So from here to here, 7. Then the next one from here to here, 14. Am I right? Then from here to here, 7. So 7, 7, 14. 28. That's it. For me, I can get from the graph straight away. 7 up, 7 down, 7 down, 7 up again. So altogether, 4 times 7, 28. 7 unit up from here. I look at from the graph as this way. 7 unit up, 7 unit down, another 7 unit down, another 7 unit up. That is how I see. So trigo is really need you to based on the graph and how to figure it out. That's it. So you don't try to find how many stationary points, you will go crazy. The best is sketch the displacement time graph. And you even know where is the inflection point. I told you already. It's very consistent on the inflection point. If you know the maximum point, the middle. The midpoint of the maximum and the minimum is the inflection point. For cos and sin, the trend always go like that. It can't change it much. So that's why when you talk about trigo, there is a specific pattern. You get the pattern. However, I change the question, you will know what to do. You get me? Okay? Okay, so that you can solve your practice 4, question 4. Am I right? Okay, so first of all, you have to know that when we talk about circle, Okay, if I want to know the length of this arc, this is called arc. Okay, so this is my angle theta. Theta is measured in radian, because everything we talk about is radian. So arc AB is equal to, okay, those have learned NMAX, tell me what is the formula? So is the radius times by the angle theta. That's it. That is the formula, arc length. Okay? And theta, the highest can go is 2 pi, okay? One circle. Okay. Then, if you want to talk about the area of a sector, do you know what is area of a sector? That means this is the circle. This is called the sector. Okay, so the formula is, this is a radius, half r square theta. Everything measured in radian, you use this formula. So throw away all your pi r squared, the kind of things. Yeah. Okay. Then we have another one. This is called the segment. So area of the segment is it called segment? Okay, correct. Segment is equal to half r square theta minus sin theta. It's the area of a sector minus the area of a triangle. And you want to know the area of a triangle, correct? You don't have to use half AB. You don't have to half base times height. There is another formula. Area of triangle is equal to half AB sin theta. All measured in radian. Clear? Are you okay? So these are the new formula that you have to. If I happen to ask for geometrical shape. So that's why I say your preparation of your one-page handwritten note for this trigo is extremely important. A and B is the side of the triangle that subtended the angle. It cannot be any side. The two sides that make up the angle theta. Are you clear? Okay, with that in mind, you should be able to know why I use all that formula. Okay? You see,